Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2881 of What You Up To Now. Today we are talking about emotional health and well-being, and we're doing what I call a roundup. 4-step process. We're just asking ourselves 4 quick questions about the emotional area and aspect of our life, as well as our business for Supersize Your Business. Now today, there's a lot of, people argue with me a lot about, well, why do you talk about emotional health and well-being, spiritual health and well-being, relationships I kind of get, but relationships, financial, physical, etc. Why do you talk about all those things with respect to business? And I do it because I learned this awesome 7-part framework from Jim Rohn and Tony Robbins back in like 1980. It's been that long. And maybe it was a little after that, but the early 80s for sure. And I've used it ever since in my personal life. Some decades I didn't use it religiously and I didn't do it every time. And I really struggled those years. And I realized then, following a major health event, that I needed to create some more structure in my life. And then I picked back up and started using it again. Then the pandemic hit, and like everybody else, it was like, okay, how am I going to keep moving throughout however long this thing is going to last? Because remember, originally it was going to be 2 weeks, then it was going to be a month, then it was 2 months, and it stretched out to 2 years for very many millions and millions and billions of us, right? So I took some coaching from Dean Graciosi, beginning of, actually it was January 2020. It was even before we knew it was a pandemic, because I was coming off being really, really sick in Christmas of 2019, and come to find out that, yeah, that was COVID. So that was a little interesting to find out after the fact. But I couldn't even talk. I couldn't get off the couch, go to the bathroom barely. I think I did it like twice in Christmas Day, and I couldn't actually do my videos even that day. I could not talk. I couldn't get anything out. I was hacking and coughing. I couldn't go a minute without coughing. So lesson learned. So 4 minutes, emotional well-being. What are the wins we had this past year? And I was originally saying, hey, come up with 3, but now I'm like, as many wins as you can possibly think of tied to emotions, put those on a piece of paper. Secondly, lessons learned. What are the 3? And I'm limiting lessons learned because I think that people tend to focus on the negative when they're going back and revisiting those experiences instead of the lesson learned. And what I want is us to actually focus on the positive, the lesson that we learned out of that situation with respect to emotional health and well-being. Now, I will admit I have a tendency to make and react both in communication and decisions emotionally. Guess what? We are emotional beings, and we do that naturally. And so I know that one of the lessons I learned this year was to back it up a notch, take a couple of deep breaths, make sure that we're regulating, because I never even heard of that until I joined the Skool platform, and that we're making decisions and choices and responding from a much calmer space than we would normally react in, given drama and trauma in lots of situations. So lessons learned. Our biggest challenge that we're carrying with us from this year into next year. What have we not solved and fixed this year that we know is a big challenge for us emotionally, and we want to fix it? Maybe it's emotional decision making, or maybe it's I need more emotional intelligence in our culture and in our organization. So I'm going to find an expert in that. I'm going to bring him in. We're all going to do a training on emotional intelligence. Then we're going to practice it and make sure that we're being more emotionally intelligent in our business and in our life. Because guess what? What we learn in our businesses ends up being reflected in and impacting our life. I remember growing up, my dad worked at 3M his entire career, and he was able to experience so many different things. Remember when Myers-Briggs came out? I do, because my dad brought it home and taught it to us girls. I think we might have been just in junior high or maybe beginning of high school, but it was that long ago. But it was amazing the things that we were exposed to as kids because my dad worked at 3M. Now, he also was an entrepreneur and had businesses on the side the whole time, which is where I got it. And it has served me well, just like it served him well. And then finally, what's next? What are our top 3 things for next year that we're going to do with respect to emotions and emotional intelligence and emotional health? Because why? We want to be emotionally healthy beings, right? We don't want to be flimming and flamming and blowing with the wind of whatever's going on outside of us. We want the things and the decisions and the choices and the thoughts and the beliefs that we have to come from within us, not outside people, outside forces, outside influences. But keep in mind, everything that we expose ourselves to is a choice. We don't have to watch TV, right? We don't have to watch the news. We don't have to waste our time and energy on negative emotional things that drain us. Uh, Skool platform. I am in the process of transitioning almost or as much as I possibly can to that platform. Uh, I love it. It's a community first, community focused platform, and it is the thing that I wish I had had when I was building all my businesses, and especially since I came online. Uh, I, like so many other people, went down a bunch of rabbit holes, some that were for me, some that were definitely just a waste of my time and procrastinating uh, in not doing the things that I knew I should have been doing all the time. So now we've got Skool, and I've got a Skool there. Right now, it's free. It isn't going to be free forever, but it's free right now. I'm taking founding members, and we're creating it together. And it's something I've known as a business person for a long time. We want to create what our customers want, what the people we're here to serve want, not necessarily what we want or what we think they need, right? I will admit I've been guilty of giving people what I think they need. Or here's the real Robin secret. Usually what we're giving other people and sharing with other people is what we need the most. I learned this in coaching and consulting. The coaching and the consulting clients that I attract are those that have the exact same need to fill that I do in some area or aspect of my life. It's really interesting. So it's one of those aha moments that you're like, oh, here we are talking about this for weeks on end because I haven't done it either, right? All right. Christmas next week already. Holy buckets, the year flew by. I guess my whole point about Skool was if you want to be a founding member and be part of creating an incredible community on that platform, just say me in the comments below and I will send you the invite link. Anyway, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have an absolutely amazing day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.